So today I thought I would combine my two loves. Well, I have a lot of loves, but my two current loves, well, I take it back. Makeup is, you know, my two loves. Makeup and books and reading. So I'm going to put this on my booktube. I might put it on my makeup channel. I haven't decided yet. But I want to get ready, but I also want to talk about books. That's what I want to talk about because I got some really good books from the library. I literally had one girl go in the back to get a book. So if you're in the booktube community, you know which books I'm talking about. There's like books that people really want to read, Midnight Library, and stuff like that. So, but I also want to do my makeup because I have to do something with my hands sometimes. It's just kind of how I am. So I'm going to talk about makeup and books. So if you're into makeup and books, that should be the name of my new channel, Makeup and Books. All right, so I'm going to start with the Kosas Globe. This is a 10-second eyeshadow. I don't know what color this is. I don't know. Is it copper? Is it nude? I don't know. But I ran out of all eyeshadow primers, and I'm not going to go buy an eyeshadow primer. This will suffice. It looks really copper right now. It was supposed to be a nude in the picture. Crazy. Looks really copper. But yeah, I'm going to talk about books, and I've been so into reading, and I've gone back to nonfiction. It's like my sweet spot. Psychology nonfiction, self-help nonfiction, crime fiction, true crime. I just can't stay away from philosophy. I'm not into politics so much or anything like that. Like I'll read some business books. I've read a few business books. I am a business major, in business, and it's like I feel like I'm at school, and when I read like nonfiction psychology, it's like fun for me. So maybe that's my calling. I don't know. But what I'm trying to say is I'm going to talk about some books, and I am proud of myself for leaving the nonfiction trope and entering the fiction trope, because I used to be so into fiction as a little girl. That's what I read. I read Roald Dahl. I read all fiction books, and like I think it's like Harriet, something about Harriet. And I used to read like a bunch of young adult books, like Ellen Hopkins. Leave a comment or like if you read any Ellen Hopkins books, like Crank. I don't know how that's young adult because the material in there is wow. I mean, it's very intense. So I love Ellen Hopkins. I just requested a bunch of her books from the library. So she is the author of the book called Crank, which started one of my all-time favorite series of books. So it's basically about, I like poems that are written in like a poem way. Like I prefer short chapters, and I prefer, basically short chapters are what I like. It doesn't need to be in poem form. But the way that she writes is so poetic. Like it is like verses basically, but it still makes sense. It's not like a poem. You just gotta read it, and all of her books are written like that. And it basically starts out with like usually 3 to 4 characters, and then it flips from each character. So it'll go from like a guy named Kyler to like Lisa, and like they all struggle. Like Lisa's struggling with anorexia, like Kyler's struggling with meth addiction, and it's like you want to know what happens to them next, and then boom, we'll switch to a different character. And Ellen Hopkins, I mean, I feel like every book that I read in a day, so I have to know what happens to them. And typically it's like nice suburban kids, and then something happens to them, or they get introduced to something, and then they think that it's something innocent, and then it goes haywire, and then their life basically spirals out of control. And it's just I don't know, maybe this book like saved my life. I don't know, because it just showed me how quickly your life can spiral out of control by the wrong people. So I really recommend, maybe that's why it's not adult, I don't know, I really recommend it. Like, I know a lot of people would be like, don't show your kids anything like that, but it's like, you have to show them like what's gonna happen if they try meth with their friends. Like, they gotta see it, and not experience it, you know. So like, I don't, there's a lot of things that I learned the hard way, that's for damn sure, but that's something I don't want to learn the hard way. I'm cool reading it in Ella Hopkins' book. Reading it in that book scarred me enough. I was like, so yeah, she's got, and it's like a whole series, so it'll be like a trilogy, and I'm not even a series person, but she's got like a trilogy, like it's like Crank. I don't know the details, but I just saw it today and I was like, this is young adult. Like, it's just so graphic. But yeah, I have been reading nonfiction for the last 5 years. No, like, I have not read a fiction book. Okay, I read one fiction book, Girl on a Train, when I was in college. So I'm 26 now. So I was like probably 19 or 20. So 6 years ago, I read Girl on the Train. And I did finish that in one day. And I was like, okay, this is a really good book. And for some reason, I just never got back into reading. I feel like that's enough. Like, just one book can kind of get you hooked again. And I think the book that got me hooked on, I guess, mysteries is Verity by Colleen Hoover. I've been trying to find her books everywhere. I go to the library a lot because there's a library right by my work. So I'll go there during lunch, or I'll go there after work. And they're always taken. Like, she's just a really good, very, very much recommend that book. So good. I love it. And I stayed up very late reading it because I was like, I need to know. It has like twists and turns and stuff like that. So I have to say that if you guys like the author Shari Lapena, she wrote The Couples Next Door. One of my friends recommended it to me. And so I bought like a 3. So that was right after I read Verity. So I was like, okay, like, I was like hooked. I'm like, I want that rush. Bought 3 of her books, and well, a couple next door is like what started her career. And at first it starts out really good. And then like halfway through, I'm like, whoa, this is really good. Like, I'm like, I can't put this down, okay? This is all in the same night because this is a pretty easy read. The characters are there's literally 5 characters. That's it, and they're like they're one dimensional. It's like rich neighbor, spoiled wife. You know, that's literally spoiled neurotic wife. Like, that's the depth of her. Like, come on, she's always doing the same things. It's like, come on. And basically, it starts out okay, and then it picks up to the point where I'm like, I need to know, like, what happened, like, I need to know, like, it leaves me in suspense, which is the goal. And then, like, a quarter in, once they actually, they like, give it away, she gives it away, and then, like, we're just left with these super boring characters, like, just talking to each other. And I'm like, I don't want to hear you talk to each other. Like, I want to know, I want, like, mystery, I want, like, drama, not drama, it's like, I feel like that's different. If there's like blood involved, that's not really drama, that's like tragic. But I'm just trying to say that, like, 3/4 in, I didn't even finish the book because I just didn't care about the characters. They just seem so greedy, and I don't know, I need to connect with the characters in some sort of way. Not saying that I connect with like crime fiction, but like, at least they're dimensional. Like, they change and they're not like a cardboard cutout. So that's why cool. And so I returned all the other 3 of Shari Lapena's books, and it was like expensive sale. It's like $40. And I'm like, I'll get that at the library because I shouldn't have listened. I got my own taste, you know. I was just trying to get some recommendations because I was just dipping my feet back into the fiction world. So, but I have to say, I have a really long list. I'm kind of overwhelmed by how many good books I found. I've just been going on Goodreads and looking at lists and stuff and of the top, and I did try to read where the crawdad things or something. No, not for me. I don't know why I don't get it. It's just not my vibe. I need drugs. I need drama. I need violence in my books. In my life, I want boring reading a book. That's what I want. I don't want any of that in my life, but I want it in my books. I literally have so many books on Kindle that are like, you know, everybody wants. We got the Colleen Hoover, It Ends With Us. We got The One, which is now a Netflix show. We got a bunch of good books, and I just don't like to read on my Kindle. I like to have a physical book in my hand. I'm old school. I leave voicemails, I guess. This is such a pretty gloss. This is the Lawless Forget the Filler in the shade Daisy Punk. I just love it so much. So we are now moving on to the books. Okay. All right. I don't really know if I would repurchase the KKW stuff, but I know that it's definitely creamy. It's almost like it's breaking. Breaking! It's not good. Isn't that hot in my room? Yeah, probably. Just if I have the fan going, it's too loud, and then I have to deal with audio, and ain't nobody got time for that. I mean, I do, but, you know, I don't want to. All right, I want to jump into the books. I don't know. Lately, I've been just excited about books as makeup. Probably because books are cheaper. Actually, not true, because I legitimately will sometimes like find out a girl on YouTube, listen to her talk about a book, and go to the library, look it up. No library has it. I belong to 3 libraries, like 3 districts of libraries. Nobody has it, especially if it's a new book. It's like I have to get it. Okay, so some of these are. I'm shocked I found a library. And that's why I'm so excited to do this video. You guys know anyone else who gets so excited about books as me? That's all I have to say. Let's spray ourselves with some Ciate London pumpkin. No, it's not pumpkin, it's coconut. Contour makes me look thin. Alright, moving on. I'm not going to show you nonfiction. It's going to be all fiction. So I'm going to start, should I start with the most exciting? So I kind of like go on Goodreads and I just like look up like the ones that have above like 3.8 and above. This is like my thing I do. Like I don't really care about other people's opinions, but I do care about other people's opinions when it comes to books and makeup. Like if it's 1,000+ people think it's great, it's probably great. Probably. Not guaranteed. Like Crawdad Sings is an exception. Didn't like that. You know, and, you know, like Grey's Anatomy and stuff. Like, I don't like Grey's Anatomy. Friends, you know, it's just like I've got my particular taste. But I'm going to start with Lock Every Door. Oh, wait, I want to wipe. I'm going to wipe all these down with a wipe because this is the kind of person I've become. Like, I mean, I'm not a germaphobe, but like it is kind of gross if someone's touched it. And that's like the only thing I don't like about library books is like people touching it and stuff. So I'm gonna go wipe that down. I'll be right back. All right, the books are wiped down. We are now doing an old Hollywood makeup look. I decided. I started cutting the crease with concealer, and then I cut my entire eye. Not like actually, but you're not supposed to go all the way. And I went too far. And that's what she said. And I'm going to stop talking now. So now we got Old Hollywood. A good start for that. I haven't done Old Hollywood look in forever. This is like a modern day Old Hollywood because we're not doing red because that's way too high maintenance. You have to wear lip liner If you're wearing red lipstick, you have to wear lip liner. I don't want to see your red lipstick all over your teeth. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. No one wants to see it. You know, it's like just trying to help a girl out, you know? I'm just having fun. I just like using this brush. This is my July favorite. It's just like so soft. So with Old Hollywood, we don't need that much bronzer. They were pretty pale. Or I feel like nowadays it's like everyone's super tan and, you know, but back then it was like porcelain skin. Don't call me on that. I don't know much about Old Hollywood. All I know is the pinup look, which is what I'm going to do. And I use the rougher eyebrow pencil to do my brows, and I really like this set, the threesome set. They come together at Sephora. It just came out, I believe, like less than a month ago, maybe a month ago. I jumped on it because Val's Beauty was going on and on about it, and I do love it a lot. I like them even individually, but together it's like a power move. Power move. Okay, so we are going to now spray the face. Everyone's like, how do you make your skin look so dewy? How, like whenever I do their makeup, they're like, how do you make my skin look so dewy? Spray powder, spray powder. Secret's out. It feels good. Like, you see how much spray I use? I have oily skin, so if you have dry skin, you're gonna be like, I would be like water hosing you. Okay, so let's get to one book. All right, so the first book is called Lock Every Door by Riley Sager. If I mispronounce names, I'm sorry, I don't know them. Okay, so this is a New York Times bestseller. Has really good reviews. There's just currently a bunch of people endorsing it on the back. So let's get to the actual plot. So I don't know the plot of any of these. I just looked them up as like top 20 thrillers, and they have like really good reviews by thousands of people. Okay, so no visitors, no nights spent away from the apartment, no disturbing the other residents, all of whom are rich or famous or both. These are the only rules for Jules Larson's new job as an apartment sitter at the Bartholomew. I can't pronounce that word. It's Bartholomew. Can't pronounce that. One of Manhattan's most glamorous and secretive buildings. Recently heartbroken and just plain broke, Jules is captivated by the splendor of her surroundings and accepts the terms, ready to leave her past life behind. As she gets to know the residents and staff of the word again, Bartholomew, Jules finds herself drawn to fellow apartment sitter Ingrid, who comfortably, I have not read out loud in a while. It's a skill. Or maybe these are just hard words, because I usually don't struggle this hard. When Ingrid confides that the Bartholomew is not what it seems, and that the dark history hidden beneath its gleaming facade is starting to frighten her, Jules brushes it off as a harmless ghost story until the next day when Ingrid disappears. Oh, it's a ghost story. Searching for the truth about Ingrid's disappearance, Jules digs deeper into the Bartholomew's sordid past and the mysteries kept within its walls. What she discovers pits Jules against the clock as she races to unmask the killer, expose the building's hidden secrets, and escape a dream apartment that has quickly turned into a nightmare. I don't know how this is considered an adult book, while Crank and drugs and human trafficking is considered young adult. I feel like young adult is edgier. This sounds like a basic ghost story. Young adult is edgier. What's going on? I mean, I'm intrigued, I guess. I'm not into ghosts, but We'll see. We'll see. I'm gonna give you my real review. I want. I'm an adult. I'm not 16 no more. You know, I need some more drama. Okay, next book. I'm gonna do eyeshadow. So the next book, it has really high reviews. I think it has like almost 4 stars or 5 stars. And also, it's really like pretty, which is very important to me. Well, the cover does kind of make it like I enjoyed. It like draws you to it. I feel like, and then this one is like doesn't look like it's been used very much. So this is called The Last Thing He Told Me, and this is also a New York Times bestseller. I think all of these are New York Times bestsellers. So apparently, a lot of books are on there. I don't know. I feel like if almost every book is on New York Times bestseller, then does it even make it prestigious anymore? What is the New York Times bestseller? See, this is the kind of questions I ask. Okay. So this is also the Reese's Book Club. Is this Reese Witherspoon? Yeah, I guess the Reese's Book Club is a thing. I don't know. So, alright. So before Owen Michaels disappears, he manages to smuggle a note to his beloved wife of 1 year, protect her. Despite her confusion and fear, Hannah Hall knows exactly to whom the note refers. Owen's 16-year-old daughter, Bailey. Bailey, who lost her mother tragically as a child. My mic fell off. This is raw.